we've been keeping a secret, but it's arrived, so let's talk about it. Welcome back to Piney Grove. My name's Brad, and today we have an exciting video for you. We have recently entered a partnership with Summit Tractors, and they just unloaded the tractor and a whole bunch of implements. We'll get to the implements in a different video, but I've got Garrett Harrell here. He is the product manager for Summit, and he's going to tell you all about this tractor because this tractor comes ready to work, and he's going to explain what that means.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Brad. Well, first off, beautiful place out here. Been a fan for a long time. We just got the TX25H and a few implements off the trailer. It's going to be really cool to see the journey, how you and Deb put this tractor to work with the implements and really continue to building this place up. So at Summit Tractors, our tagline is ready to go to work. Well, what does that mean? So when this tractor gets delivered to you, it has everything needed to attach to any implement or attachment size to this horsepower class. Third function diverter valve on the front that'll let you hook up to any front mounted implements. Skid steer quick attach, which is very compatible with many attachments across the industry. We have a set of remotes on the back to hook you up to any hydraulic implement in the rear. These are R14T tires, which is a very good hybrid tire by Goodyear. These tractors come very light from the factory. So what Summit decided to do was fill these tires up with Rim Guard liquid tire ballast, which adds an extra 300 pounds to the rear of the tractor, which enables you to pick up a lot more with this loader. This is the LX85 front end loader. Self-leveling. What does self-leveling mean? So basically when you go to secure in a load and you go to pick it up, you don't have to continue working that joystick. Everything stays perfectly level.
All right, guys, Garrett has rattled off a lot of features, and we're going to go over them a little bit closer. But one thing I'm really excited about, Garrett, is this third function. Our tractor that we have here on the property we've been using for several years doesn't have third function. You mentioned that it's diverter controlled. Could you explain that just a little bit? Because I understand there's a couple different ways you can get hydraulics to the front of your tractor.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we say a diverter valve, what we're having to do is on our joystick, there's a button right here to use that third function as if you hook up a grapple, you have a function going up and down, dump and curl, but to add a third function, as mentioned, we'll use a grapple for instance. The third function is the opening and closing of that grapple. To engage the third function, you have to keep this button engaged the whole time, and it's as simple as letting it go and continue letting it work.
So by diverter, we mean that so you can lift this up and down all the time, and you can dump your bucket and curl it, but if you use the diverter, you can no longer dump and curl, you can only close your grapple. Is that correct?
Yep, you're diverting that fluid to that third function, allowing it to use on the cylinder to open that claw. Okay,
and that's very important because there is true third function where you can do three things at once, and there's diverter. So this tractor comes with a diverter. Very excited about that. That allows us to run the grapple and other implements here on the front that need hydraulics. But this is a a bucket indicator, right?
Bucket level indicator. So as you can see, there's a little hump right here, and that allows the operator, when they're in the seat, sometimes you can't see, as I clearly couldn't because it's not perfectly level, but sometimes you can't see the bucket or the load in the front. So you use this bar right here, this bucket level indicator. When it's flush in here, that means your load is perfectly level. And that kind of goes back to the self-leveling loader. When you secure a load, every time that you're going to be perfectly level and your load is going to be a lot more secure.
Yeah, having that indicator is real nice for grading, because I know with tractors without that, you're always just trying to guess, or sometimes like I'll lean way to the side and look at the side of the bucket. And,
we've all done the lean.
And see how it is, but this tractor has a nice low hood and a high seat, and we'll talk about that seat because it looks like a real comfortable seat.
Absolutely.
But staying here with the front of the tractor, quick attach, so we can put multiple skid steer quick attach,
skid steer quick attach,
So we can put a grapple on here. We unloaded with pallet forks, so we got a set of pallet forks with it. Now, one thing I like, because I had to modify this on the tractor we've been using out here in Piney Grove, is I like this right here, this hitch in the front. And I don't know that I've seen that on a standard on a tractor. Let's talk a little bit about that, and I'll tell you why I'm excited about it.
Some large features on this tractor with the third function, the rear remotes that come to you ready to go to work, that are already on the tractor. It's nothing additional. It is all one. But there's a lot of small things that you typically don't see off the rip. But this front tow hook, I mean, it's like I said, it's sometimes you can add it on with some places, sometimes you can't. This is another thing that's standard because we've all been in a situation where something's maybe on the back of the tractor. We need a front tow hook, need to reverse it out.
Yeah, what I like about it is I trailer a lot. So
Okay.
I have a hunting property that's 2 hours away. And so I got to load it up on my 18-foot trailer, and it's really hard to hold down the front of a tractor because they typically don't have a place to put your straps on, and you don't want to go over the front of the loader. So I had to buy some aftermarket ones and bolt them on to my previous tractor. But with this one, I can run a chain through that, and I'll have it firmly attached to the trailer, and I won't have to worry about it. So I really like that feature. It means I don't have to do aftermarket stuff, and I find that will be very useful. Something else I noticed that makes me happy with this tractor is that I see the fuel filler is right here, and on the tractor that we own here at Piney Grove, it's in the center of the hood, and it makes it real hard to fill. I use 5-gallon jugs because I don't have a big fuel tank, but I can see it's real easy to refuel that. And as I get older, I appreciate that because it's real hard to get heavy jugs up past your shoulders.
Not only is it not in the middle and hard to get to, but it's slightly angled. We also have entry steps both sides, just a personal preference.
That's huge because, again, on the tractor that we've been using out here on Piney Grove, our control for our loader is actually attached up here to this part of the loader on the other side, so you can't enter the tractor on that side. On this tractor, your loader control is on the fender, and you have a step on that side as well. I can tell you there's many times when you want to jump up on the other side of the tractor, it's easier, and you lose a few steps coming around, and you're less efficient, and that's just a really nice feature.
And Brad, another feature that I want to talk about is a little small thing that you can look over. It's a valve stem cover. Something real simple. We're out in the woods all the time with our implements. There's brush everywhere. Just that little thing can make all the difference in the world.
It really does, and I have personal experience with that, and what I like about it is most tractors are going to have it on the rear, at least the ones that I've seen, compact tractors, but on Summit, you also get it on the front. And the front one is as you're turning and going, like, again, we have a hunting lease, and there's a lot of sticks and a lot of stumps we have to work around when we food plot. I've actually knocked off a valve stem, and that's a bad day in the woods. When you've knocked off a valve stem and you're a mile deep in the woods and your front tire is flat. So that's a, like you said, it's a small thing, but it's not a small thing when you need it, when you're working in the woods. Again, back to the theme, ready to work.
Absolutely, ready to go to work.
All right, Gary, we got to talk about this seat. I see a lot of features that I like.
It's not just one or two, but you see we have armrests here. It's not just armrests, they're angle adjustable. And everybody's different. Everybody's different. This allows you to adjust it how you want to. Sometimes we don't have barns and we have to keep these tractors outside. This is a PVC coated weatherproof seat. So you noticed, when we unloaded the tractor today, the seat was a little wet and it's already dry. If it rains on this seat, within 5 minutes after the rain stops, it's going to be completely dry. It's also, like I said, suspension, so depending on the weight, you can adjust that to your personal preference. And also this backrest right here, just an extra extension for a more comfortable ride. You're going to be on this tractor a lot, so why not be comfortable?
And I think new tractor owners or people that are looking at tractors don't realize, or maybe they haven't thought about it, tractors don't have suspension. Right?
Yeah.
You are sitting right on the axle. Your frame is on the axle. There's no springs, there's no shock. So the only shock absorption you get is your seat. So this is not standard on tractors, at least on the tractor that I own and, kind of that utility tractor. You don't get these type of options. And another thing I see your hand is on, you've got these grab rails, or grab bars. You not only have them on the left side, but you have them on the right side. And again, going back to the tractor brand that I had previous, I had to buy this separately and install it. It was an accessory. We've talked about the operator station. We'll turn the tractor around in the sun and show you some more of that. But let's switch to the heart of this machine, the engine.
So in the Summit TX25H, we have a 24.7 3-cylinder Mitsubishi diesel engine. One thing that you'll notice about the engine is the accessibility to everything. Like I said, the battery's right here, the radiator, the air filter, everything is in proximity and easy to access.
And what I like about this tractor is there are no emissions on it. We're back to old school diesel with this tractor. 3-cylinder?
Yep,
Three-cylinder Mitsubishi engine. It's been around industry for a while. It's not like it was just put in this tractor. It's out there, it's proven, and there's no extras on it. You don't have to add diesel exhaust fluid. There's no DPF, the diesel particulate filter. It is a diesel tractor with an air filter, a battery, the hydrostatic transmission cooler here, and it's just one of those things that you expect a diesel being simple to just kind of run forever without all these accessories bolted on and sensors that might give you problems down the road.
Absolutely. And another thing is try to keep it as simple as we possibly could. This is straight up diesel, like you said. It's a two-range hydrostatic transmission. You have a neutral, a low, and a high. This is the, old-timey, simple tractor, power to the ground, let's go.
Yeah, the hydrostatic is not old-timey like shifting gears. And if you're not familiar with a hydrostatic transmission, there's no clutching or anything. Yep. You simply push a pedal to go forward, push a different pedal to go backwards. So it's real easy, not only for yourself to drive, but like we found out here at Piney Grove, Deb, my wife, she loves to drive a hydrostatic tractor because it's just easy to drive. It's natural, almost like a car.
It really is.
All right, that covers the engine. Let's go to the back of the tractor because there's some exciting features back there that we want to show you. All right, coming around the back of the tractor, I see a feature-rich environment back here. I see so many things that are different from an economy or base model tractor. So I'm going to let you talk about all the things going on back here.
So at the top, you got a toolbox, keep an assortment of tools in there. Working our way down, we have a rear work light, easily, plug and play right there. 7-pin trailer socket, rear remotes.
That's almost worth the price of the tractor right there. And one thing I want to run is a sickle bar mower. And I don't want to get off my tractor and pick that thing up at the end of each row. And we have an awesome accessory that's part of this package that Summit provided for us, and that's a dump trailer. And I'm so excited about plugging that dump trailer in there and using it.
Absolutely. And just to bring it up again, all of this comes standard. Right. Everything that we're talking about comes standard, no add-ons, comes straight to you like this, ready to go to work.
One more thing that while we're back here talking about it in the rear hydraulics here is that you can get a hydraulic top link. And I've never had one. I'm jealous of people that have them because I will no longer, once I get one, have to manually adjust this in and out. And for box blading, having a hydraulic top link and be able to change the angle of your cut is just huge. So this is another one of those things. If you were to put this on a tractor that didn't come with it from the factory, I priced it for the brand of tractor that I own, and it was like $1,500 add-on. So that's huge that it comes with that.
Not only that, but 2 different drawbars, one right here and a swinging drawbar. You have your rear PTO.
Something I see here as another feature is that both sides of your lift arms are adjustable. Typically on tractors I'm used to, the left side is fixed and the right side is adjustable to make it come up even. Another thing I like is that Summit has keepers here for your snap pins or linch pins as they're officially called. So you can just put that pin right there and it keeps it rather than, putting it in your pocket or putting it in the ground. And getting back to the toolbox, that's near and dear to me because, again, on tractors I've been associated with, that's usually inadequate. I love this location, but also it's a good size toolbox. So rather than just being able to get a couple of linch pins in here, you can get an adjustable wrench. You can get quite a few things in there, and that's bigger than what I've seen on other tractors. Let's talk about the operator station, all the controls, and how to operate this tractor.
So like we mentioned with the diesel engine, everything is pretty simple. With a 2-range hydrostatic transmission, you have a low, a neutral, and a high. You have a brake right here. You have your hydrostatic pedals on the right side. And as Brad mentioned, it's a simple forward and reverse. It's just like driving a car. Also, you have your joystick right here. You can adjust this armrest to the perfect position to grab this joystick that's comfortable to you. You also have these cool side view mirrors that you can also adjust exactly how you want them. You have your throttle right here, and also right behind it, you see this cruise control. This tractor does come standard with cruise control. Right here is going to be your PTO switch and your flashers. Right between your legs in the middle of the seat is where your emergency brake will be. Also, it's how you engage your differential lock, your 4-wheel drive, and also you can adjust the speed faster or slower for your 3-point right here.
Before I let Garrett get off the seat here, I was behind the camera and he mentioned cruise control, and I don't think I caught that in the literature that I was reading up on. So let's talk about cruise control for a minute and why that's useful on a tractor.
If you have the dump trailer, transport, place to place or whatever, you simply just get the speed you want, click the cruise control and let her ride.
I'm looking forward to using all the features on the tractor, but we're gonna end this video right now and look forward to a upcoming video where we're gonna talk about warranty, parts and service, because I know that's on a lot of people's minds about Summit Tractor and buying them from a box store like Home Depot or Tractor Supply. How do I get it serviced? What's my warranty? But we're going to cover that in a different video. So we appreciate you guys watching. Until the next one, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard.